You know, I was just saying the other day, it's actually been a pretty great year for horror movies. Between X, The Black Phone, Pearl, Barbarian. Well, it's been a good run, folks, because here's Jeepers Creepers Reborn. It's freaking awful! The movie honestly started out a little clever. It opens with Dee Wallace and Gary Graham pretty much just doing the events of the first film, right down to the same stupid decisions from that movie too. I was sitting there thinking, wow, this looks cheap, but then it turns out to be a reenactment from an Unsolved Mysteries type show. So then I thought, oh, okay, that must be why that scene wasn't very well made. Nope, the whole rest of the movie looks like this too. And it doesn't get better as it goes along, it looks worse. The camera work, slow motion effects, cheap insert shots, it gives it a feel of something that 30 years ago would have been shot on videotape. It's so overly lit that they could be standing in a house, but it'll look like they aren't really there. There's shots where it's supposed to be dark, but it's clearly daylight. And the green screening, oh my god, the green screen! The overuse of green screen here is insane. There's a part in a cemetery where it looks like it should be out of Attack of the Clones. This doesn't look like a movie, it looks like a fake movie. Like when you see a horror movie sequel and it shows a movie being made about the events of the previous movie, that's what this looks like. It looks like a bad movie within the movie. Which is kind of funny because they allude earlier to the previous three being movies in this universe. So yeah, this is the real creeper, I guess. Sure. He's devoid of any shred of personality he had in the other movies, and is just this generic movie monster. The kills in it are uninspired, a lot are just really standard or even off camera. The bulk of the movie takes place in this abandoned creeper house, where young people are offered as a sacrifice by a cult that worships him, I guess. They don't get too terribly deep into this. But really the movie is mostly a giant commercial for Horror Hound. The lead character wears a Horror Hound shirt, they go to an antiques shop where there's Horror Hound flyers, they get to their hotel and instantly watch news coverage of Horror Hound. There's a freaking cosplay clothes-changing montage in this. Then they go to Horror Hound and win a contest that sends them to the creeper house. They say it's an escape room, but it's just an empty house in the woods. For a moment, I wondered if they do anything clever with the party, like the creeper goes to Horror Hound, but blends in fine because they think it's cosplay. But no, they don't do anything remotely like that. It's bad when the best effect in the movie is a fake throat-cutting gag that one of the cosplayers is doing. There are some lines in this movie that are so bad they did get a laugh. Like gay best friend who's only in one scene and goes out to take a piss and says, "I've got a Tinker Tailor, my soldier spy." Or when the girl stabs the creeper in the eyes and says, "How do you like those peepers, bitch?" This movie would be bad regardless of where you're watching it, but seeing it on the big screen as a Fathom event where your unlimited tickets plan doesn't work for it, that is insane and makes it even worse. The only reason this is in theaters is because of its name recognition. But there is something kinda hilarious about seeing a movie this cheap, yet this packed. It was a really crowded theater. I haven't been in a movie this cheap and crowded since like Saving Christmas. This is a D-. There are scenes so cheap, they have to be seen to be believed. There's a part where they climb up to the roof of the house, and it looks like they green screen themselves into Big Boo's haunt from Mario 64. The acting ranges from okay-ish to flat-out terrible. It may be the worst theatrically released horror movie I've seen so far this year. This was like paying to see Hellraiser Revelations in the theater. But it was a fun movie to talk about though, I'll give it that. Thanks for watching everyone, be sure to check out our Cinema Snob episode on Ferry Cross the Mersey, plus subscribe to our channel today and we'll see you next time.